สนับสนุนโดย Slam Sport Shop ครบเครื่องเรื่องกีฬาบาส
Nowitzki, high arcing three. Oh!
He's one of the most unique offensive weapons to ever play this game.
Beautiful move from Porzingis.
He's almost comparable to Dirk Nowitzki at this age.
Tonight in Johannesburg, South Africa, the NBA once again visits African soil with its stars on display.
I was here at Basketball at Boris in 2009 in Joburg already, so I've been here once and I had a great time. It was an incredible experience for me, so when this opportunity came up again, I jumped on it. I wanted to be a part of it, especially the Africa game makes it even more special. Team World, let's bring it home! That's what we do, Coach. That's what we do.
I knew he was going to be here, so I had to use the opportunity to talk to him, ask him questions, whatever's on my mind, and I'm going to keep bothering him. It was just a shooting competition, really, in which I beat Dirk pretty badly.
More often than not.
No. It was a lot of fun, just hanging out with him, asking him questions, and at the same time, getting some work done.
I always wanted to get to know him more, coming over from Europe, I know first couple of years are hard, and I gave him my number a few years ago and I said, hey, if there's anything ever you need or questions, I'm more than happy to help you out. And during the season, it's usually in and out, you don't see each other much, and being around some of the young guys, some of the great young talent we have now in the league and getting to know them a little bit, so it's also fun for me.
The future Hall of Famer against the rookie who has idolized the future Hall of Famer. This will be their first meeting.
I was lost, man. I watched that game recently. I don't know what I was thinking. I left him open so many times, especially early in the game.
He shook his hand, he made him smile, and now he's going right at him.
He's good at just walking around like nothing's happening. I'm relaxed too, looking around, and then boom, there's a screen for him. A three or whatever. Those are the most painful ones. It was a really good game. I think they were beating us the whole game. And then we kind of came back at the end.
And Porzingis certainly holding his own offensively.
It was too big of a difference to win that game, and obviously, he had a great game.
He really broke the barrier of 7-footers to shoot outside jumpers and be the stretch shooters.
Well, I think there were some guys that paved the way for me. We had Europeans like Detlef Schrempf, like Kukoc, and all these were mobile fours that could put the ball on the floor and shoot the ball. So I wouldn't say I was the first one, but definitely I came in at the right time where the league was changing. I think when I first got in the league, it was a lot of one-on-ones, a lot of post-ups. The fours were all big and posting up, and they changed the rule. They put in the zone. Everything opened up more. That was perfect for me.
Dirk Nowitzki really has changed the game in so many ways.
Back then, I had a coach named Don Nelson, and his system was great for me. He wanted me to shoot, he wanted me to spread the floor. So I got lucky with a great coach and a great system my first couple of years to really thrive in that.
Durant called Kristaps Porzingis a unicorn because he's rare in the NBA, a man his size with that type of skill.
He's a little longer and a little better defender and a little more mobile than I ever was, and a little more athletic, but definitely the shooting stroke he's got. He shoots it easy from deep. He shoots it well off the bounce. He can move, he can drive. So, he's the whole package. So he's going to be a scoring weapon for a long, long time in this league.
He's a guy that can shoot the three, he can post up, he can pass.
He's going to be a really good player in the league. Already is.
As Dirk said, just open the floor, which is so important in today's basketball to get to the paint. And then, whether it's a layup or a three, stretch five, maybe that's a new position, I don't know. But I had those abilities. I could shoot from outside, I could dribble the ball a little bit. And then as I kept growing, it was just really natural for me to play from the perimeter. And then obviously, watching guys like him play, made me realize that you can get to the NBA playing that way.
The best jump shooting 7-footer of all time.
I would find stuff online and in YouTube and just look up his highlights and that kind of stuff. I watched a lot of guys. Pau Gasol, Kevin Garnett, Michael Jordan, Kobe. I watched all day Kobe. All kinds of guys. I watch highlights. I love basketball, so that's what I do.
The Dallas Mavericks are NBA champions. The first title in franchise history. The emotions of Dirk Nowitzki, what he's always dreamed of.
I was so happy you can't imagine. To win the title and be the Finals MVP. That was something incredible for us in Europe. I was really happy that the Mavs won that year.
Down low against Larry Nance Jr. Here it is. He's done it. 30,000 points. Dirk Nowitzki.
I mean, 30,000 points. I can't really explain what it is. I mean, that's an unbelievable achievement. To get 30K, that's a lot of points. But obviously, I set no limits for myself. I would love to get there one day. That takes a lot of years and a lot of games. So I'm happy to see him still playing in the league and still scoring the ball and still, doing his things.
He has been a member of the Mavericks since the very beginning of his NBA career, and he's still here as the face of this franchise.
Well, yeah, I didn't know what to expect, obviously, back in the days when I got there. Everything was hard. When Mark Cuban bought the team, we kind of became close friends, and he became a mentor and a supporter of mine, and he always had my back on and off the court. So just been a great relationship with Mark, with the franchise, and also with the fans there. So it was easy for me to always stay and call it home, and it's my new home, and we'll probably stay there after I'm done as well.
That's what I envision myself doing. I would love to stay in New York my whole career and win a championship there, definitely.
Porzingis flies in and throws it down.
He is the future of this New York franchise. That's one thing they do know.
I think he's way ahead of me. He was already way better his rookie year than I was my first two, probably. And he'll be a matchup nightmare for all the teams, and I'll be rooting for him.
Just thank him for everything he has done for the game and for us Europeans. Me coming into the league, they always compare you to the best version you can be and then the worst. 90% of the people thought I was going to be a bust or whatever.
Well, the Knicks fans booed him when he was drafted, but he's turned those boos into cheers. He is a phenomenal player.
When I started playing, it kind of turned around, and then maybe I can be like Dirk one day.
I always try to keep improving. I think that's a major thing. I always see myself as a student of the game and trying to get better and add new stuff every summer. And that's what I would try to say to him. But I already know he's going to do that.
He's probably the ceiling right now for European players, what we have achieved, and I would love to follow his footsteps and maybe even go past that.
Duncan Deutschman or the Unicorn? Who's got the better nickname?
Oh, I like the Unicorn. I really do. I like the Unicorn. The Deutschman is terrible.